Today we will discuss about that diagonal relationship and anomalous properties of second period elements and oxidation numbers or oxidation states we will discuss. Then this periodic classification of elements and properties are over. Okay, diagonal relationship. First, what is diagonal relationship we will discuss, and what is the importance of diagonal relationship we will discuss. Okay, so diagonal relationship means just this diagonal relationship is observed in second and third period elements up to fourth year group. Up to fourth year group means what, dear students? Carbon family. Okay, so what is the definition of diagonal relationship? Diagonal relationship definition means in periodic table, in every group, first element. In every group, first element has similar properties with next group, second element. Next group, second element is known as diagonal relationship. Means, for example, it is observed in second and third periods. So, what are the second period elements, dear students? Lithium, beryllium, boron, and carbon. Up to fourth year group only. After that fourth year group elements, this relationship or this property is not repeating. That's why the diagonal relationship is just it is fixed for second and third period elements up to fourth year group only. Up to fourth year group only. What is the definition for diagonal relationship, dear students? In periodic table, in a group, first element means in first year group elements, first element is lithium. It has similar properties with next group, second element. Next group, second element is known as diagonal relationship. One important diagonal pairs are lithium and magnesium. Now come to that second group. Second year group. First element beryllium has similar properties with the next group, second element. Next group, second element means beryllium and aluminum has similar properties. And in third group or third year group, first element boron has similar properties with the next group, second element. Means boron and silicon. So, how many diagonal pairs are present, dear students? Three important diagonal pairs are present. What are those three important diagonal pairs? Lithium, magnesium. The second one is beryllium and aluminum. Third one is boron and silicon. So, directly in NEET and JEE examination as well as in CET examination, directly they are asking among the following pairs which are belongs to diagonal pairs. So that time you have to observe these pairs are present, that is your answer. One pair is lithium magnesium, the second pair is beryllium aluminum, third one is boron and silicon. Boron and silicon. Okay, it is very clear. Now other than these three pairs, any other pairs are present, those are not belongs to diagonal pairs. Those we are not considered as a diagonal pairs. So that type of questions also they are asking in NEET and JEE. Among the following which is not a diagonal pair, which does not belongs to diagonal pair. That's why this we have to remember. So don't by heart this, but just you definition you remember and remember the second and third period elements. So the diagonal pairs mainly observed in second and third period elements up to fourth group. Why they named as diagonal pairs means if you observe that lithium, sodium and just it is a right angle triangle. It shows right angle triangle. The diagonal elements. What are the elements present? A diagonal lithium and magnesium is present. That's why that relationship they gave one name is not a scientific name, just common according to this relation 1, 2, 3 elements. 1, 2, 3 elements. They are arranged in a right angle triangle. The lithium and magnesium they are present at the diagonals of the corners. That's why they named as diagonal relationship. So actually the main motto of this diagonal relationship what ma? In every group, in second and third period elements, in a group, first element has similar properties with next group, second element. Next group, second element. So these similar properties are observed up to fourth year group only. So according to that, how many diagonal pairs we are getting? 3 diagonal pairs are formed. lithium, magnesium, beryllium, aluminum, and carbon, silicon. Okay, up to this it is clear, dear student, the statement and how to remember the diagonal pairs. Up to this it is clear. Why the diagonal they are showing similar properties means I'll explain you the reasons. Why lithium and magnesium properties are similar almost, and why the beryllium and aluminum properties are similarity scale, and why boron and silicon, because they are not present in the same group. If a group, the elements present in a same group, then okay, it is very clear, because the group is also called as family. Family means almost they have similar chemical properties, but they are not present in the same group, but they are exhibiting the similar properties because of some reasons are present. What some important reasons are present? What are the important reasons to exhibiting diagonal relationship for lithium and magnesium as well as beryllium and aluminum and boron and silicon? The main important reasons are the second and third period elements, means they are very smaller size. Automatically they have similar atomic or ionic sizes or radius. Automatically atomic sizes are similar means then radius also almost similar. So the first important reason is because of the second and third period elements of lithium and magnesium as well as boron aluminum, sorry, beryllium aluminum and boron silicon, they have similar atomic sizes or atomic radius. If the similar atomic sizes are similar atomic radius and their similar electronegativities, and they have their electronegativities also almost similar. Due to that reason, and one more important reason is polarizing power. What is polarizing power? How can we identify which having more polarizing power? Generally, the polarizing power of cation is directly proportional to the ratio of charge of cation by radius of cation whole square. If the polarizing power is directly proportional to charge of the cation and inversely proportional to radius of cation whole square. Okay, if the polarizing power for lithium and magnesium, beryllium, aluminum, as well as boron and silicon, their polarizing powers also almost similar. So due to the presence of similar polarizing powers and similar electronegativities and similar atomic or ionic sizes, they having similar properties. What are the similar properties are present? Dear students, lithium magnesium has almost similarities in the chemical properties, and beryllium aluminum also have similarities in chemical properties, as well as boron and silicon also they have some similarities present in their chemical properties. Similarities present in their chemical properties. That's why these pairs they are named as diagonal pairs. These pairs they are named as diagonal pairs. Understood? Now I will give you some examples, some chemical properties, important chemical properties of similar chemical properties of beryllium and aluminum I will discuss. Anybody have doubt? That inform to me. Afzal, Abhay, Rani, Triveni, Shravana. Okay. Let's see. Important chemical properties of beryllium and aluminum. See, beryllium and aluminum are diagonal pairs, already I said. Diagonal pairs means they have similarities in their chemical properties. So what are the important similarities of chemical properties of beryllium and aluminum we need to check. See, let's see the first one. Beryllium oxide and aluminum oxide, Al2O3. Beryllium oxide and aluminum oxide. Both are Amphotic nature. What is the meaning, dear students? Amphotic means they react with both acids as well as bases. Yes, ma'am. Don't worry about this polarizing power of cation. What is polarizing power of cation? Everything we discuss in chemical bonding chapter. Ishwari. Okay. But what is polarizing power? The polarizing power of cation, how can we identify? If the polarizing power of cation increases with increasing the charge of cation, means more positive charge. Positive charge is increases, polarizing power of cation will be increases. Polarizing power is nothing but it is the property of cation. Means it is the ability of cation to attract the negative electron crowd. Means cations always what they will do, dear students, in ionic compounds, the cations can attract the electron negative charge, means can attract the electron cloud of anions. That ability is known as polarizing power. If the polarizing power of cation can will be increases, the polarizing power of cation, when the polarizing power of cation will be increases, dear students, means the ability of attract the negative charges, means the negative anion electron crowd attracting ability is increases, then the polarizing power will be increases. Okay, so when it is possible, if the charge of cation means more positive charge is present, it can attract more negative charges, more anion electron crowd. That's why the polarizing power is directly proportional to charge of cation and inversely proportional to size or radius of cation. Square of inversely proportional to radius of cation. That's why, so there is similar polarizing powers also present. So the diagonal pairs having similar polarizing powers as well as similar electronegativities and similar sizes. Okay, that those are the main important reasons for exhibiting the diagonal relationships. Okay, students. Now, the important chemical properties, similar chemical properties of beryllium and aluminium. The one important property is beryllium and aluminium oxides. Both beryllium oxide is BeO and aluminium oxide Al2O3. Both oxides are amphotic nature. Both are amphotic nature. What is the meaning for amphotic nature, dear students? Amphotic nature means the substances can react with acids as well as bases also. Means they are intermediate properties between they doesn't have acidic properties, they doesn't have basic properties. They can react with acids as well as bases. Such type of compounds are called amphotic compounds. So the oxides of beryllium and aluminium both are having amphotic nature. Now the second one is beryllium carbide and aluminium carbide. Be2C is called beryllium carbide, aluminium carbide, Al4C3. How I written that formulas? Beryllium and carbon. Beryllium covalency, how much I said, my dear students? Covalency means nothing but combining capacity is a secondary group element. Its covalency is 2. Carbon covalency is 4. Just you do crisscross rule. Be4 C2 means shortcut. It is the simplest ratio is Be2C. That is beryllium carbide formula. The same way aluminium carbide also we can write. Aluminium and carbon. Aluminium belongs to third A group elements, means their maximum valency. Or how many valence electrons are present? 3 valence electrons are present. So in their ground state electronic configuration, their combining capacity is 3 and carbon combining capacity is 4. Then the formula of aluminium carbide is Al4C3. Okay, so no need to by heart, just use the small logics. This like this, writing the formulas of ionic compounds. The method is known as a crisscross rule. Crisscross rule. So here another important similar chemical property is both beryllium carbide and aluminium carbide. Both beryllium carbide and aluminium carbide on hydrolysis forms methane. What is the methane molecular formula, dear students? CH4 forms methane. Okay. Now let's see beryllium carbide Be2C upon hydrolysis H2O. What are the products, dear students? BeOH twice. Beryllium hydroxide. How many beryllium atoms are present? 2. That's the 2 we need to write. Now how many oxygen atoms came? Here 2. 2 into 2, 4. That's why 4 moles of water. And 1 carbon atom and 4 hydrogen atoms combined to give CH4. Methane is forming. It's very, very important, this property. Next. Next important, another chemical property is aluminum carbide. Al4C3 upon hydrolysis produce AlOH thrice, aluminum hydroxide. Here how many aluminum atoms are present? 4 are present. That's why 4 moles of aluminum hydroxide. Now this oxygen is 3 into 4, 12. That's why 12 moles of water is required. Then produce 3 moles of methane. Is it similar chemical property or not? Both beryllium carbide or aluminum carbide on hydrolysis producing same product. What is the major product? Methane they are producing. Okay. So these are the main important similar properties. And oxides of beryllium and aluminum on hydrolysis forms hydroxides. For example, beryllium oxide, you do hydrolysis, produce BeOH twice, and aluminum oxide on hydrolysis produce AlOH thrice. Okay. 2 moles, then 3 to the 6. Okay. Now both are producing hydroxides only. So these are some important similar properties of beryllium and aluminum. So why they are having similar properties means because they due to their diagonal relationship. Okay, students. So this is about diagonal relationship. Okay, let's go for next important concept. Anomalous properties of second period elements. What is the meaning for anomalous property, dear students? Anomalous means, for example, different properties. All are following one rule, but some person will be there, different persons. Same, like other pairs also they having similar properties are present. Just I explained one pair similar properties. So the same way some other pairs also they having similar properties are present mixture. Anomalous. Anomalous properties of second period elements. Okay, anomalous properties of second period elements. So the second period elements exhibits anomalous properties or different properties. Why the second period elements are exhibiting anomalous properties or different properties? In every group, second period element properties are different with the remaining group elements. Okay, in every group, in every SNP block elements brackets except zero group. In every group of SNP block except zero group. Second, first element. First element means second period elements. First element has different properties. Different properties with remaining group elements. Remaining group elements. Compare the remaining group elements means, let's see. I'll give you brief examples. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium. These are the first year group elements. The lithium is second period. The same way, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium and barium. The first element in the second group is beryllium. It belongs to second period. Boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. So boron is showing different properties among these elements. And the same way, carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, and oxygen, sulfur, cerium, polonium, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. If you observe that the second period elements means lithium, beryllium, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine, except noble gas. Those elements in every group, their properties are different when compared to the remaining elements of entire group. See few examples. Later, what are the important? Why they exhibiting different properties? That reasons I will explain you later. First, we'll discuss that what are the different properties. For example, in first year group elements, lithium has covalent nature. In second year group elements also, beryllium also has covalent nature. But remaining elements forms mostly ionic compounds, but lithium and beryllium forms covalent compounds. So the first one is lithium and beryllium of S block elements forms covalent compounds. The remaining forms ionic compounds. Remaining forms ionic compound. This is one important anomalous property. The same way, second period elements means in P block, second period elements means boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. Second period elements, their maximum covalency. In P block, second period elements, maximum covalency. Is equal to 4 only. But remaining elements, covalency 6 or more than 6. See, that is one important property, man. For example, I will tell you one important the property related to covalency. For example, nitrogen and phosphorus. Nitrogen and phosphorus only you see. NCl5 does not exist, but PCl5, phosphorus pentachloride will be exist. Here phosphorus covalence is 5, but nitrogen covalence is only 4, maximum 4. Means nitrogen can form NCl3, NH4 plus, like here in NCl3 covalence is 3. Here in NCl4 covalence is 4, but NCl5 covalence is 5. 5 does not exist. 5 does not exist. Why the covalence does not exist 5? Why the second period elements covalence is up to maximum covalence is up to 4 only? Because the second period elements for bonding only s and p orbitals, 1 s and 3 p orbitals are present. There is no d orbitals, absence of d orbitals. That's why the second period elements, their maximum covalence is 4 only. But the remaining elements, the availability of vacant d orbitals, their maximum covalence is more than 4. 5, 6, 7 also they will exist, and 8 up to 8. So it is very, very important property. Next, one more important property is these compounds, the second period elements, forms only p pi and p pi bonds. Mean the pi bonds, they forms pi bonds, multiple bonds, but the pi bonds are formed due to only p and p orbitals, like carbon triple bond carbon, nitrogen triple bond carbon, carbon double bond oxygen, like those pi bonds are multiple bonds are formed due to only p pi bonds only, and does not form d pi p pi bonds. D pi p pi bonds. Now, what are the important reasons? What are the reasons here, students? The reasons is the first one is similar. Sorry, small size, high electronegativity, and ionization potential. High electronegativity and high ionization potential. The third one is absence of d orbitals. Absence of d orbitals. These are the main important reasons. Due to these reasons, small size and high electronegativity and high ionization potential and absence of d orbitals in every group, second period elements in S and P block, in every group second period elements, the properties are different when compared with remaining elements of the same group. Those are called anomalous properties of second period elements. Okay, understood? Anybody have doubt? So that is about the anomalous properties of second period elements. Clear? Yes. Last point, Abhay, what I said last point, the third point is because there is no availability of d orbitals in second period elements. That's why they cannot form d pi p pi bonds. Pi bonds only formed for the second period elements, that is only p and p orbitals lateral overlapping. P and p orbitals lateral overlapping, they forms only p pi bonds. P means p orbitals of one atom, another p orbital of another atom for second period elements, carbon and carbon. Here one sigma bond, remaining two are pi bonds. The pi bonds are formed due to the lateral overlapping of p atomic orbitals only. Nitrogen and nitrogen and carbon. Here two pi bonds are present. Carbon and oxygen, one pi bond is present. For second period elements, pi bonds formed due to the only lateral overlapping of p and p atomic orbitals. But the remaining third and fourth period elements like phosphorus and silicon and sulfur, their pi bonds, they can able to form pi bonds due to the overlapping of d orbitals and p orbitals also. But the second period element, there is no chance for the formation of d pi p d pi p pi d pi p pi bond, d pi p pi bond. Understood? This is only last point, that only I am repeated Abhay. Last point means reasons. What are the important reasons for the anomalous properties of second period elements? Mean the first one is small size of second period elements, high electronegativity and ionization potential of second period elements, and absence of d orbitals. There is no d orbitals means how can they form d pi p pi bond? They cannot form d pi p pi bond. Only they forms p and p pi bonds only it is possible. So these are the important